This is Roger Wadnell, Comprehensive Planning Manager with the City of Lakewood. Staff is providing an informational update to Planning Commission on the comprehensive plan that will be discussed on February 19th. During the Planning Commission meeting on February 19th, there will be two separate presentations and discussions. The comprehensive plan update will be presented and discussed first. Then the zoning ordinance update will be presented and discussed next. Christy Ivanoff and myself will be presenting the comprehensive plan update. The following slides are for the comprehensive plan update. The presentation will include planning process and timeline, community engagement, comprehensive plan drafts that have been shared with the Planning Commission, and next steps for Phase 3 and for Phase 4. We will begin with discussing planning process and timeline. What is the comp plan? The purpose of the comprehensive plan is to define a holistic, shared vision for the future of Lakewood over the next 15 years and to identify the goals, strategies, and policy direction to achieve this community vision. This process has been intended to include all voices in the community. The city will use the comprehensive plan as a framework for future decision-making regarding land use, housing, transportation, climate action, neighborhood vitality, equity, and more. Since its incorporation in 1969, the City of Lakewood has adopted 4 comprehensive plans. This updated comprehensive plan will address many of the new opportunities and challenges that have come up since the current comprehensive plan, Lakewood 2025, Moving Forward Together, was developed and adopted in 2015. The multi-year planning process to develop the comprehensive plan update, Envision Lakewood 2040, includes 4 phases. The first phase, which was primarily internal, launched in late 2022, was completed in December 2023. The second phase, which launched the extensive public engagement part of the process, started in January 2024 and continued through early 2025. The Planning Commission study session on February 19th, 2025 kicks off the third phase of the process and will include a series of upcoming meetings with the Planning Commission and City Council. The fourth phase will begin after the comprehensive plan is adopted. An implementation plan that includes metrics will be developed as a separate document later this year.
Hello, my name is Christy Ivanoff. I am a senior planner within the Comprehensive Planning Division. The next few slides will provide an overview of the community engagement process for the project. Phase 2 developed the plan, which occurred throughout last year and involved extensive engagement from the community, from staff, from consultants, and from feedback from Planning Commission and City Council. To spread the word about the project and get as many community members involved in the process as possible, the project team attended community meetings, hosted open houses, collected feedback through 2 surveys, reached out to the Lakewood Spanish-speaking community, met people where they were at through pop-up events, and kept project subscribers informed about updates and ways to participate through the project website, project newsletter, and all other city channels. Thank you to the hundreds of community members who stopped by our booths, participated in the activities, signed up for the newsletter, and shared your stories and perspectives on comp plan topics. In addition to these broad community-wide engagement activities, 3 City Council-appointed volunteer advisory groups were formed to have in-depth conversations with community members, planning commissioners, staff, and consultants about the vision, goals, and policy direction for the updated comprehensive plan. The 3 advisory groups were grouped by topics and included community quality of life as the first, the second, housing and economy, and the third, transportation, green infrastructure, and systems. Members were appointed by the Community Engagement Ad Hoc City Council Committee through an application and selection process in May. These Lakewood residents who volunteered to serve on the advisory groups have dedicated approximately 1,000 hours collectively to attend 10 advisory group meetings and 3 optional virtual sessions throughout last year, reviewing, discussing, and refining several iterations of the comprehensive plan drafts. Thank you to each advisory group member for reviewing the materials before the meetings, actively participating during the meetings, spreading the word about the project, and helping with community-wide events. Your time, thoughtfulness, and dedication to this process has ensured that the comprehensive plan drafts are reflective of the diverse perspectives throughout our city. And thank you to the planning commissioners who are part of the advisory groups, as well as all staff who participated and contributed to the process. The project consultant, CDR Associates, and MIG also provided so much support during these meetings. And here are some of the engagement numbers as a snapshot. So that was a very high-level summary of the engagement process. Now let's dive into the details of the comprehensive plan drafts. The comprehensive plan draft has been developed over the past 2 years based on input from several groups, including the advisory group members, staff, community members, consultants, data and other city plans and regulations, City Council, specifically through Resolution 2024-62, and Planning Commission by participating in the advisory group process. The plan draft is structured around 3 main elements. Number 1, the vision elements, which includes the vision statement, guiding principles, goals, and strategies. The second core element, the future land use elements, which include the future land use map and 9 future land use categories, and a glossary. Before we discuss each element in more detail on the upcoming slides, it is important to note the difference between the current draft shared with Planning Commission now compared to the version that will be shared as part of the public hearings in the spring. The current draft includes just the policy text of these elements, which create the foundation of the plan. The formatted plan will include the final policy text based on feedback during these study sessions, as well as formatting, images, and supplemental narrative. The first of the core elements of the comprehensive plan draft is the draft vision elements, which includes the vision statement, 5 guiding principles, 25 goals, and 160 strategies. Together, these define the shared vision, goals, and priorities for the city over the next 15 years. The vision statement is a concise, aspirational statement that articulates the desired future for Lakewood by describing the high-level vision and values for the city over the next 15 years. The current draft vision statement is: Lakewood is a welcoming, safe, inclusive, sustainable, and innovative community with thriving neighborhoods, attainable housing, economic opportunity, inspiring parks, and vibrant cultural amenities. Guiding principles are a set of core values that guide all decisions related to implementing the plan. The 5 guiding principles include equity, sustainability and climate action, community wellness and vitality, opportunity and mobility, and civic participation. These guiding principles can also be thought of as lenses for each goal and strategy within the plan. Stepping down to the next 2 levels of the vision elements are the goals and strategies. Goals are statements of desired high-level outcomes by 2040. They are intended to be as clear as possible so that we as a city know what we are working to accomplish. There are 25 draft goals that range from a safe community to a diverse, affordable, accessible housing market into a sustainable, built, and natural environment. Strategies outline specific, vetted approaches to achieve the comprehensive plan goals. Because of the interconnected nature of many goals, each strategy is designed to support implementation of one or more goals, serving as a roadmap to guide actions and decisions within the city. There are currently 160 draft strategies. The relationship between goals and strategies is different from the last comprehensive plan. In the 2015 Comprehensive Plan, each goal had a set of action steps that were only listed under that goal. This updated plan uses a different approach that addresses the interconnected nature of these plan topics. This means that many strategies will be repeated under several goals, and this is intentional. As an example, there are many strategies that overlap Goal 15, Complete Neighborhood, and Goal 20, a safe multimodal transportation network. And here are the vision elements again together on this slide. The second core element of the comprehensive plan draft is the future land use elements. These include the draft future land use map and the 9 future land use categories. Together, these provide guidance for future land use patterns in the city and inform the zoning ordinance update, which will be the focus of the next presentation and discussion. The 9 future land use categories include community hub, neighborhood hub, community corridor, neighborhood corridor, low form residential, mid form residential, campus, production and innovation, and parks and open space. The community hub, neighborhood hub, community corridor, and neighborhood corridor categories provide guidance on the spatial arrangement of the mixed use and commercial areas with the nodal hubs and the linear corridors. The scale of the market service areas are also incorporated with the use of community and neighborhood. The 2 residential categories, low form residential and mid form residential, correspond approximately to residential scale and density. These take into account the recent state laws and directly inform the zoning ordinance updates. So that was a very high-level overview of the comprehensive plan drafts that will be discussed during the Planning Commission study session on February 19th. For the full draft language of each of these elements, please see the files posted on Lakewood Speaks with this presentation. In the remaining slides, I will now share the next steps of the process. As Roger mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, the Planning Commission meeting on February 19th kicks off phase 3 of the process, which involves a series of study sessions and public hearings with Planning Commission and City Council. The upcoming study sessions are on March 17th with City Council and April 2nd with Planning Commission. The focus of these study sessions is to get final feedback on the draft vision elements, future land use elements, and glossary before these are incorporated into the formatted version of the plan. The public hearings are currently scheduled on April 16th and with Planning Commission and May 12th with City Council. The formatted version of the plan will include the final policy language of the 3 core elements as well as formatting, images, and supplemental narrative. After the comprehensive plan is adopted, the implementation plan will be developed. This is a very important part of the project and will be a next step as part of phase 4. This concludes the presentation. Thank you again to everyone who has been a part of this project.